Hi everyone, I'm Jodi and welcome to my channel. I'm really glad that you're here today. If you are new to my channel, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you take time to look through all the content. There are over 135 videos, all designed to help you, the busy and ambitious woman and mom that you are, look and feel your very best while holding it all together. I also want to remind you that there are scammers that are out pretending to be me and many other YouTubers that are reaching out asking you for personal information or for you to contact us. Please know that I will never independently, unsolicited reach out to you in a DM or in a comment one-on-one and ask you to contact me. If you do get that, please know that it is not me, it is a scam, and feel free to report it to YouTube. That's just really important. I don't know if it's because it's getting closer to the holidays, these scams are ramping up, but whatever the reason, I don't want you guys to get caught up in it. So while we're talking about looking and feeling your best, as the holidays approach, we need to do that in even less amount of time. So today's video is going to be how to take your everyday normal hair routine and turn it into this look with the simple, easy tool that you may or may not have seen, you may or may not have purchased. I have stayed away from this for a while because it first reminded me of those days in the 80s, early 90s. Remember the crimping days? Yeah, those days. Well, that's kind of what I thought this would do to my hair, so I was a little bit hesitant to even embrace this trend. However, I did. So we're gonna do it together and I'm gonna show you guys the best way that I have found to use this. Now I will say that what I've loved about this is it is fast to use, it is easy to use, and I've even done it and then pulled my longer hair back just to see what it would look like with short hair, and I'll show you what that looks like. So it doesn't matter if you have long hair or short hair. I think that you'll really enjoy this. It's just a matter of using it the right way, and believe me, I've used it the wrong way a few times, so I'm gonna show you what to avoid to get your best hair day in a hurry. So if you're ready, let's get started. If you're like me and you wash your hair maybe every other day, maybe every third day, I have found that this works best on my day 2 hair. My first day hair is usually too clean and too slippery, if you will, a little bit more flat. So I usually wear it straight on the first day. And then day 2, I will reach for something like this. And then typically day 3 is gonna be up in a bun, ponytail, some sort of pulled back look, and then it's gone as far as it can go. But in order to help me go those few days, I do like to reach for a dry shampoo. Now, I am in the process of testing a lot of dry shampoos because I just have got to find one that is not only cruelty-free, but one that does not contain butane or propane. So if you guys have one that the first 5 ingredients do not contain butane or propane, then please leave that note to me in the comment section below, because I am trying them out so that I can bring you guys a variety of dry shampoos, light hair, blonde hair, curly hair, just a variety so that you can find the one that really works for you. The one that I have been liking so far is this Biotin Boost. It's thickening dry shampoo, and I like it because it does absorb the oil, it doesn't leave a white residue, and it does not contain butane or propane. So I just give this a good shake, and I'll leave this dry shampoo listed below as well as all of this stuff, and we'll highlight that in just a second. So I like to spray this in my hair the night before I'm going into day 2, so that as I'm sleeping, this product is really absorbing any excess oil in my scalp, and then it has some texture for day 2. But I wanted to use this for you guys to see, so we are doing it the morning of day 2 instead of the evening of day 1. So I just like to go in at the roots, mix that around a little bit, and wherever I feel a little bit oilier, I wash my face with coconut oil, so sometimes I get a little extra oil buildup right through here. This one has a very soft lavender smell to it. It's made with biotin, collagen, and coffee. Doesn't smell like coffee. It smells good. No sulfates, no parabens. So far I've really enjoyed this one. It is a clean brand and cruelty-free. So you can see that just gives a little bit of a lift, cleans up the oil, and it just allows my hair to last an extra day or 2. Plus I love the extra volume that it gives me. Pretend it's the night before. I just did that. I slept all night and I woke up just like this with all my makeup on and everything. Next, we are gonna get into this device. As I said in the beginning, I've learned the right way and the wrong way, I think, to use this, so I'm gonna walk you guys through that. This one is the Fairy Brave, and what I like about this one, when you look at these online, you can find some that are longer this way, and the reason I didn't go with a longer one is, yes, you could do more hair at one time, but this one already already sort of fits the side of my head. If these barrels were longer and I did that whole section at one time, then this entire side of my head would have the exact same curve and wave in it, and that's where I think you get that crimped or really fake look. So I didn't care for the extra long barrels. In terms of the size of the barrel, this one is 1 inch. I saw some as small as 3/4 of an inch all the way up to 1.5 inches. So you want to kind of decide what size is best for you. The shorter your hair, if you really want to curl, then you don't want to get probably any bigger than this 1 inch size. And the way this works is the 2 barrels go across the top, and the center barrel has the bottom tray already welded to it. The other thing I like about this one is it has a nice display where you can see what the temperature is, and I can control and adjust the temperature. Once you turn it on, it goes up to 450. I like to keep it right at 338. If I don't feel like the curl is really lasting, or if I'm gonna be outside in humidity, for example, I will go up to 456, I think is the next one. Yeah, 456. It takes less than a minute to heat up, and then you are ready to go. It has a nice twisty cord, which I like, a nice thick cord as well. So I've enjoyed this one. It also came with a glove in case you have a tendency to maybe burn yourself. It has the plastic tips on it that don't heat up, so I didn't find a need to use this, but I was glad that they included it. And then this one also came with 2 pink clips, which we will absolutely use. So the way I use this is I just kind of part my hair in the back and separate it into 2 sections. And then from there, I'll just run my finger across about the halfway mark so that half of my hair is down and then this other half is up. So I've got from the back all the way to the front, the bottom half. And I just bring that forward. And from there, I just like to take about, I don't know, about 1 inch worth of a section, maybe 1/2 inch, pull it out that way. Now here's where I have played around with this and found the best way that works. The instructions will tell you to curl it out. When you do that, however, you're gonna get this sharp kink into your hair. Your hair is gonna go over this barrel and then sharply kink right here. So it's gonna go around and come back. I don't want that first introduction to a curl in my head to be out and then curve back this way. So I like to turn this with the handle in and facing me, because then what you'll notice is that as the hair goes in it, I'm gonna go just in a natural outward and curve. So let me show you what I mean. Here I'm gonna take it and do it the way they instruct you to do it. When you do that though, you'll notice what happens is, see how my hair has a kink? It goes right here and then it kinks back, sort of in a V or an A. And I don't want that kink in my hair. And that's not the kink that I want when I'm coming from the root of my hair, especially when it's this outer layer. So I like to take it the other direction, bring the handle into me and the barrels in, and I'll show you the difference. If you do it this way, you'll see the hair has a natural bump where it just goes out and nicely curls in and around. Whichever way you prefer it will be just the right answer. Then what you do is once it's in there, you hold it in for as long as you want. I like to count for about 10 seconds and then hold right about here so I know where that heat stopped, so I know where I want to start it again. That way I can start the new curl where the old curl ended, and I'm not adding double heat to that section of my hair. And then I like to just leave a little bit at the end and just give it a quick curl before I pull it all the way out. So you can see how that just leaves a nice soft curl, and if you don't get it exactly perfect, that's okay, because you don't want it to all be uniformed. And I'm gonna go back and do this piece real quick. Stick it in the curling iron, clamp it down, count to 10, bring it down to the next section, count to 10, and let it go. And I'll do this all the way around the bottom half of the head, and then I will go to the top. And you can take pretty decent sized sections because the size of the barrel is so nice. And just like that. So I'm gonna finish doing this all the way around. Once I have that bottom half done, then I'll go and undo my clip and go do the top half. That way I can let this whole side cool before moving to the other side. It's also important to note here that having a good heat protectant in your hair is critically important, especially since we're using heat that's around 350. So I like to use Kerastase heat protectant, and I'll link that down in the description box below as well. Ensuring that your sections aren't too thick allows the heat from the barrels to distribute evenly. The curls come out more uniformed across the hair shaft, and you're not having excessive heat or damage. And if I have a longer section like that, I'll just cut that right in half and take that in 2 sections.
If there is something we need, it's a leap of faith. A step away from the comfort zone and be a little brave. So take a look around you.
Leaving those delicate ends out so that we're not adding extra heat, aka extra damage, to those important ends of the hair.
If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there.
And then when I come to the bang section, since that's a smaller section of hair anyway, I don't want to leave it in as long as I have the rest of the hair. Because this hair here is so thin, the heat from the curling iron will penetrate this much faster, so I don't want to damage my bangs especially. And it doesn't take long to get a good curl out, and I don't want it as curly in the bangs as I would the rest of it. I want that to be a little bit softer curl, so I'm just going to leave that in for just a second. So now I'm just going to let this side cool before I go back in with a little bit of maybe oil and loosen up those curls and put them in the position that I want for the rest of the remainder until the next time I wash it. Just do the same side. So you can see how fast that was. Now we're just gonna let these cool, and by letting them cool, that's really gonna set that curl in place. I'm gonna do that for about 10 minutes. Now that it's cooled, I'm just gonna take a dime-size amount of the Kerastase elixir. You can use whatever styling oil you have or any hydrating serum. Just put that between my hands. And then I like to just really coat that over the ends, give it a little bit of a style, put the curls where I want them. And of course, the smaller sections that you take, the more variety of curl and less uniformed you're gonna get with your overall look, which is what I like. I don't want it to look like I used a 3-in-1 styling tool and did 3 sections at a time. I want it to look sort of like our old perm days. Remember when we used to do those? Those were fun, except my neck would hurt for days afterwards because I had so much hair. Oh gosh, and to think that I complained one time about having too much hair. Things we would tell our younger selves. So just like that, you have a fun, updated look, and it didn't take much time at all. So that you could use this to transition from a day look at the office to an evening look out. And then from here, of course, you can do so much with pinning it up, pinning it to the sides. And see what I mean, you guys? If you had short hair, this would just be a really cute look. So you could go with a smaller barrel if you wanted to get a tighter curl if you had shorter hair. But either way, I just think that's a nice, fun, updated, modern twist to your everyday hair look. This is just a starting point of so many fun and creative hairstyles. So I hope this was helpful to you. If so, give it a shot. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.